Hello, traders. Just a quick trading recap for the week ending Friday. That would be 14th. That'd be ending trading day on Friday, uh, May 14th. So let's get right into it. For Monday, what I did was I placed some pre-market with LEDS for only 3% profit, as you can see on the screen. Not much there. So yeah, but managed to make 3% profit. And then the tickers that will play during trading hours were OCGN, LEDS, RHE, PTE, PTIX, CIDM, AMC, BTX, and PRPO. Now with PTE, as you see on the screen there, I managed to make 5% profit. So I believe it was early in the morning. This is the part that I made a 5%. And then next would be PTX. Let's go to PTX. And with PTX, I made 28% profit. So as you can see, PTX on the 10th, this is the 12th. So let's go to PTX to the 10th. It's 11th. So going back a little more, that's still the 11th. And I believe this is the 10th right here. Yeah, it was quite a run on right here. That one made actually for this one 28%. So PTX was a big winner for that day. It got me 28% in total. For that, next I did LEDS, and that's only got 6%. So this is the 12 again. For some reason, it's keep going back to the 12. Let's go back to the 10th. This is the 11th. Still the 11th. Here's the 10th. Here we go. So for this one, I only made 6%. And then OCGN would be the last one for profit for that day, made 4%. So let's not go back there. It's only 4%, so no big deal. So other tickers that I mentioned earlier were some paper cuts, and but overall it's a green day. So after hours, I did DDD for 7% profit. However, NTEC was the big winner with 15% profits. I made 15% on NTEC. So yeah, that was the winner after hours on Monday. So okay, so quickly that's for Monday. Now for Tuesday, I play PTX in pre-market. So let's go to PTX for Tuesday. This one I made 8% profit. So Tuesday will be the 11th. So let's go back to the 11th. Let's look at the pre-market. Here's the 11th. Believe right there, this area right here made 8%. Okay. And then the tickers I played during the market hours were PTX, PTIX, DDD, PLUG, NTEC, QS, FCEL, SQBG. So those were the tickers that will play during the market hours, and I made FCEL. I made 5% profit. So let's go to the 11th. Still to 12. 11 is right here. So I believe was this part. And I made only 5% profit. Unfortunately, didn't get from bottom to top. That would be nice though. And QS is another 5% profit. So QS on the 11th keeps going back to 12 and 13 for some reason. I don't know why. Here's the 11th, 5%. As you can see, there's the line that I drew. So yeah, I made 5% on here. I guess I didn't exit at the very top. So it's either a little bit falling off or before reaching the top. But anyway, I got 5% profit out of this. However, PLUG plug is I believe it's 13%. 11th. Okay, let's go back here. Yeah. So at 14% actually, not 11th, but 14%. So this one, it's on this part right there, as you can see, that part, I got 14%. Okay, so a couple other ones with less than 5% profit from other tickers I mentioned, and after hours I got 6.5% on OBLN, and but of course the winner was FUBO, FUBO. So FUBO was the after hours winner on that day for 16% profit. And also I play NERV as well at 9.5%, not actually 9.6% profit in after hours on that day. So I got three winners in after hours. But biggest winner was FUBO. Let me search that here real quick. Okay. Let me bring that chart up for after hours. The biggest winner for that day, the 11th, that's the 13th. Here's the 11th. There we go. No, that's the 12th. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, this part right there. So I believe I made 16% on FUBO. This is on Tuesday. Okay, so that's pretty much wrap up Tuesday for all the activities. So let's talk about Wednesday. Wednesday I play LHDX in pre-market, and I got from got in from 626 to 696 for 11% profit. So that was pre-market for LHDX. And for Wednesday, I only play in the morning because only a few hours in the morning because I had an appointment to go at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I was only trading until then, and so the tickers I played during that those few hours were RMED, WISA, LHDX, EYES, ICE, OBLN, and NERV. And for that short few hours, I made 11% on RMED. So let's go to RMED. That's for the 12. Here it is. This is the 12. Let's take a look. I got 11% right there, right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, I got 11%. So that was a good start. Mm, and then I got eyes, EYES. I got 10% on eyes. So this 13th. So let's back up a little bit to the 12. And yes, this part. I got 10% out of that. And that's pretty much it for those few hours. and all the other tickers were just like broke even or just like small paper cuts. But it was still profitable because one was 11% and one was 10%. So even if I make up by paper cuts of 1 or 2%, it wouldn't matter much. And didn't play after hours, of course, because I had a long appointment there to go do some certain thing, and that was only how many hours was that? Traded until 11, so that's like 4.5, I believe, something like that, 4 or 5.5 hours. So let's go to Thursday. Trading for Thursday, I play PALI, UPST, and IHT in pre-market. Those three tickers, and IHT was the winner. I got 13% profit out of that. So let's go to IHT on Thursdays here. Let's see here. Thursday, that would be, that's the 12th. This is 13th. For some reason, it's, let me see here. This is the part. Okay, that's the part I play um, on Thursday with a 13% profit. So it was, I believe, it was this part right there. So I made 13% on IHT. And the tickers I play during trading hours were IHT, of course, FTEK, ICE, EYES, CRIS, CRIS, AMC, RELI, RELI, FNKO, KOSS, MOXC, and LLIT. So the profits for that day were IHT, MOXC, LLIT, and AMC. IHT, I got 13% in during trading hours, and I believe this was the part that got me the 13%. This part right there, okay, and MOXC, this would be the 13th. This is the 14th, so 13th right there. MOXC, I got 10%. So this part was like all the way from like $9 to 10.65. So I got 10% out of this. And then LLIT, I also got 10%. Let's move back to during hours. 13. I think that was it. 8, 2. Yeah, this is the part that I got during market hours. I mean, after a little bit of market hours. That's about 10 o'clock, 9:45 or so in the morning. That's 9:45 Pacific Standard Time. So this was the part that got me that 10%, and I got AMC for 6%. So let's move back to the 13th on AMC, and I managed to get 6%. I think it was during this part. Could have gotten more, but didn't discover it soon enough. So got myself 6% profit only. And so the other tickers, I either make small profits, like less than 5%, maybe two to close to five, 2 to 4 or something. It's not worth mentioning. So maybe a couple ones got some small paper cuts, and it's not worth mentioning as well. And then after hours, I got LFMD made me 13% profit. So let me find that. Here we go. After hours, that was the 13th. Here it is. This is the after hours part. And I made 13% profit, believe it or not. Yeah, during uh, right here, I made 13% profit. So that was on Thursday. And Friday, um, pre-market, I got in IHT for 7% profit in pre-market. So IHT, let me find IHT right there. And 13, I believe it's 14th now. Here's the 14th. Yeah, that was it right over here. Pre-market. Right there. Got myself 7%. Okay, and the tickers played during the market hours were RIOT, MARA, Riot, and Mara. It's like crypto stocks. And then BNGO, MOXC, LEDS, HYRE, HYRE, OCGN, AEVA, PLUG, MOSY, FUBO, and LFMD. So it's quite a few tickers that will play on Friday. And the ones that made me profit were MOXC, HYRE, IHT, RENN. Oh, forgot to mention that RENN as well. And so let's talk about the first one, which is MOXC. I got 5% profit. So MOXC here, 13th, was it 14th? 14th was the day. This is the 14th. Okay. So this is probably the pre-hours right here. Pre-hours. I got, no, it wasn't pre-hours. That was IHT, so just during, so 5% right there, MOXC. I got 5% profit. Okay. And then I go to HYRE and I got 8% profit. So HYRE, 14, 8%. This one right there, it's like $11 or something like that, up to 13.46 or close to $14. I didn't get the whole run, but I got 8% profit out of that. Of course, IHT during hours as well. And IHT, I got 8% profit during trading hours. So today's the 14th. It's this part right there. I got 8%. Shot up. And then I got RENN. And this is the funny one because I never pay attention to it until right there, until the end of the day. Right there when I start seeing a lot of volume coming in, a lot of people will start buying, and then I saw this part. So I hop in right at the bottom and exited just like 2 minutes, just 2 minutes before the end of the trading day, the end of closing, market closing. So I managed to get 9.5% profit. So that was like a one unexpected, because Friday was very slow and very boring. Usually Fridays are, people taking profit and leaving early and quitting early. But RENN, I believe was some news came out. I didn't look, but I saw the chart and I saw potential run up. So I did hop in and got myself a 9.5% profit out of that. So that was great. And then all the other tickers that I read earlier, or a lot of them I traded on Friday, there are like a few who were less than 5% profit, and a few got like some paper cuts. So, but overall it was great, with the 9.5%, a couple 8%, and MOXC 5%, and not to forget IHT 7% in pre-market. So after that, I started trading in the after hours, and it was quite dead in the beginning. For the first 15-20 minutes, there was nothing happening until I came across LEDS, LEDS. And so at LEDS, let me pull up LEDS here, after hours on Friday, 14th. Here we go. As you can see, there was nothing happening. Okay, for the first like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, as a matter of fact. First 30 minutes was very dead. Everything was dead. All of a sudden, LEDS started shooting up, and I noticed that, so I hopped in right away and got myself 12% profit. 12%. I exited around here. I didn't exit all the way to the top. So I exited around there, and so this run right there, I managed to squeeze 12% profit. So that was great. That added to more on Friday and made it a really nice green day on Friday for me. So overall, in the week was very positive, very good, because every single day has been profitable. And now continue. I just want to give you a couple of tips that I normally use, or the things that I normally do. Is here the few things are, of course, I believe in cut your losses fast. So when you see a stock is going the other direction, don't keep on waiting for it, because chances are it will keep on falling. So just cut your losses really fast, because if you lose less and you win more, then you become profitable, right? And the biggest mistake a lot of new traders do is that holding and looking to buy the dip, and that is the mentality I had in the beginning for swing trading, and that doesn't work. Don't do that. Don't buy the dip. Okay. Let me show you something here. Well, yeah, let me put it over here so you can see. Yeah, buy the dip. Right, you can see right there. So I don't believe in buy the dip unless you're already a back holder, which you cut your losses fast, then you would not be a back holder. And once you see things are not moving in the direction that you want, and you see that potentially it's going to go down, cut your losses really fast. Okay, and that will prevent you from being a back holder, and you have to buy the dip, which I don't think buying the dip is the way to go, because you buy the dip, it keeps on dipping, and you keep on buying the dip, keep buying the dip. Because there was a situation for a stock that was pump and dump. It went all the way up to like $12, and then it dropped down to $2 something, and it keep on dropping until $1 something, and it's still at $1 something now, over a year already. So, and people keep buying the dip, and they get stuck at that, and they're never going to recover, to if they bought in like $8 or $9 or $10. So buying the dip, I don't believe in that anymore. Initially, when I was new at trading, I do think about buying the dip and average down and all that. Just cut the losses fast, you know, get cut and then trade something else. And that comes to the second point is revenge trade. Don't keep going back to the same stock and do revenge trade. If like the stock I mentioned earlier, that dip from 12 to a dollar something and never coming back, how are you going to revenge trade that? So the revenge trade is to trade on another stock with better potential, and when you go into that one, you bet bigger. So not only you recover what you lost on the other one, that if you cut your losses fast, you will make profit too. So yeah, that's how you revenge trade, or you shouldn't. I don't think that it's considered a revenge trade. It's just like a new trade. But anyway, yeah, that's the thing that I would do, right? And also something that I do is I usually after 9 a.m., which is lunchtime in the Eastern Standard Time, which is 9 a.m. where I am Pacific Standard Time, is I tend to buy in or buy my trades a lot less. Like for me, I would buy like 1/4 of what I would trade at market open until that time. And then maybe near the end of the day, there might be some runner or whatever, and then I might buy a little more. But after 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I cut my trades to a lot less, to 1/4 or even less sometimes. And then you can add more later on near the end of the day or into after hours. So that way, because things will be usually get slow after 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time until near the end of the day anyway. So if you're buying big, good chance you end up losing more than you win, right? Even if you win, it'll be very small. So it's not worth buying a lot. So get up early and make the trades in the morning and make your profit there. And then maybe after hours, because so far I've been pretty good in after hours, and every day I've been winning in after hours. So, but yeah, 9 a.m. to near the end of the day, I reduced my buy-in a lot, right? So as you can see, like I do trade a lot throughout the day, but certain time I trade bigger, and certain time I trade a lot smaller. So that way I I, te- I end up with winning more amount wise, right? And even though I might lose on more tickers, but because I'm buying in a lot less, I don't lose as much, right? Those are like very tiny paper cuts, right? So that's how I do it, and that's just my own style, my opinion, or that's what I do. So I just thought I would bring it out to you, just in case if you're interested to know, right? Okay. So now I want to show you something here that's quite interesting that you might want to know. Okay. I'm gonna do a demonstration of a 5% profit a day. Okay. Now I'm going to use a online daily compound interest calculator. So let's say that you start with $2,000, okay? So you get 5% profit a day, and let's say you do it for 2 months, so 60 days, and you don't include weekends, right? So no weekends because we don't trade weekends, right? And that's it. You don't want to put in any more, and just start with $2,000 and just compound it at 5% a day. Now, you may think 5% is impossible, and people think it's not easy. Yes, it can. If you look at my record on after hours, if you just trade after hours like I did, you can make 5%. Okay, or at least for me or for my premium members, they usually make 5% or more, or 10, or even more than that, right? And so let's do a quick calculation in 60 days, not counting weekends. In 2 months, if you keep compounding it, you would make $16,299.33, starting with $2,000. Now you might be saying, well, if I keep making 5% a day over the course of a few years, I'll be multi-millionaire and all that. No, you can't. Here's the reason why. First of all, when you reach a certain point, there'll be a diminishing return, Okay, because there are only so many stocks you can buy, right? And if you keep buying one stock to trying to win at 5%, this will reach a certain point because there's only so much flow out there for each stock you can buy. So when you get to that point, you need to buy two stocks, three stocks. And when you buy two, three, or whatever, and you're trying to maintain the 5% return or higher, it's not as easy. Okay. Well, you still can, definitely. So that's why there are guys out there making like millions a year. But there'll be a point of, for one stock, there'll be a point of diminishing returns because you can only buy to a certain point because there's only much stock or so much float out there you can buy, right? Especially if you do it after hours where the liquidity is not as much and the volume is a lot less. So you cannot buy so much uh, shares because even if you want to buy a lot, you only get partial fill. You won't get the full fill. Okay, so just want to bring that up. But for the 5% to the certain point before the diminishing returns, yes, you can achieve to that point where you might be able to make a few $1,000s a day because you're buying in, like a few dollar stock, and if you spend, you buy $10,000 or $20,000 for a few thousand shares. Yeah, that's totally doable. And if you make 5% of that, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 a day. I think I'm sure a lot of people would be pretty happy with that amount, right? Making that kind of money on a daily basis. So, but yeah, if you're looking to make 50,000 a day or whatever, most likely not, unless you have to trade more tickers. And when that happens, it's usually during the trading hours and not after hours, because usually after hours you only usually only get like one ticker that's a big runner. Other ones, not really, because after hours the volume, the liquidity, it's a lot less, and it limits you. Okay, and so I usually only look for one runner in the after hours, the top runner, and I don't trade that many tickers after hours. I only look for one. Just want that quick, 10% or something, 8, 10% or 20%, right? Within an hour or so. So just thought I would bring that up and just want to show you, the power of getting 5% in a day. Even if you start with 2,000 and if you keep compounding that, and if you just do it after hours with the premium group, with the premium zone, you would be able to achieve to that certain amount there, that 16,299, and that's after 2 months of trading days, not including weekends too. So just want to show you something like that. And yeah, so that wraps up for this week trading recap. So I will be back next week, and we'll do another recap for next week, and hopefully it'll be something very positive again. And hopefully we might be able to find a bigger runner next week, maybe one that would go 100, 200% parabolic, right? And this week we couldn't, there was none that would go to that point, but hopefully next week might be something like that. So until then, I will see you next week.